here, Grimdark, Ohio. Day 2 of CincyCon is a wrap, and a lot more activity today than yesterday. Um, from cost of the con and stuff like that, we're officially in the black, which I did not expect. So I just really just didn't expect to make back booth and entry fees and stuff like that for myself and the folks that were helping me and all that stuff. So that was really exciting. Got some demos and play tests in. Ended up showing it 4 or 5 times. Kind of getting fuzzy now. One of them was really great because it was a guy I used to play Imperial Assault with. Really great guy, James. So it was kind of cool to reconnect with an old opponent, local guy. Um, yeah, so that was kind of exciting. It was kind of funny because when he kind of lingered a little bit through one of the play tests, and we were kind of talking a little bit, and it's like, oh yeah, you got to play. And he's like, yeah, 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 I'll see what I got going on. And then he came back, and after we had already kind of gotten through the play test, and he was sitting there writing out these little feedback cards that I had to get feedback from people. He's like, man, I always hate it when people in the hobby are like, "Hey, I'm working on a game," because he's like, my reaction. So he's like, "Oh, how are you? How are you?" You know, and he's like, but then I was looking at it, and he's like, "Man, I was surprised. It's like it's really good." So that was cool to hear. That was exciting, especially coming from somebody like that. He's been around for a while. We never got to play Confrontation together, but he does remember Rackham and the old glory days of how many awesome models and things they produced. But yeah, so that was really cool. Saw some other folks that I connected with that I haven't seen in years, just having been busy with the family. And then yeah, the feedback was great. Like I said, was able to sell some figures. That was really exciting. Funny, I actually got approached for artwork for me to do some art for one of these RPG companies, local companies, which I thought was kind of odd, but it was, works for me. It's cool. They were kind of asking, like, which arts is this all mine or what's what? And I was explaining, these were commissioned pieces, and then this one's mine, and all the concept art here's mine. But I have people that I commissioned to do it, and it was one of those nice, flattering pieces where, he was like, "Why do you have people commission for this stuff? Yours is just as good." I'm like, no, it's not. Um, but that's also, part of being an artist. You always see the flaws in your work, and at least you should be aware of where your improvements need to be. I unfortunately am not the best with color. Um, did not develop enough there, so I'm not super confident with having fully colored pieces to do things like covers, right? I can do a little bit of interior stuff, so that was kind of cool. We'll see. Maybe something happens with that. Kind of an odd interaction, but it was really cool. Uh, Another thing that was really awesome was I saw Mike No from Iron Metals, and I don't know if I've talked about this story on the YouTube or anything like that, but many many years ago when I was a young father, um, and I was knocking around, man, maybe I'm gonna go off and start a business and do this thing, because why not, right? I remember I went down and met with Mike, and we got to talking, and I was showing him like this huge art pad full of all these ideas, and it was all piss and vinegar, as the old saying goes, and he was like, really nice about not kind of crushing me, but also being like, hey, yeah, you're not there yet, kid. And then, it was kind of cool to see him, and I kind of stopped him, and I don't think he really remembered me, but like I had said to him, it's really nice that you didn't dream crushed me, and he kind of let me down easy and inspired me to like, hey, stick with it, keep at it. And all these years later, now I got a booth. So he was kind of excited and came back around and looped and checked out what we had going on, and that kind of meant a lot. He's kind of one of those legends in the industry if you know him. If you know just the whole BattleTech, old Raw Partha stuff. He had a hand in a lot of that stuff. Ironwind Metals did some great stuff for a lot of years. They're bought by Catalyst not too long ago, if I remember correctly. So yeah, that was really exciting. Have some people that are looking to come back and do some play testing tomorrow that either didn't, or in the case of a few folks were kind of coming around and looking to do another, but there was people there, so that felt really good. That people were wanting to get around to and just from availability. Day started with me with like one of these orange cones that says players wanted that they have at the con, and after about the first play test, after the first play test, there was very little time that I was not engaged in playtesting and showing off the game with people and demo. So just a really great day too. It really got me motivated. Um, Figured out some things of what people like, what people want to see more of, and yeah, just really excited to see how the con wraps up tomorrow. Have a bit of networking planned out from the people that I've talked to so far, and expect some of that to kind of carry over into the YouTube, which has just been still doing phenomenally well. I think from yesterday to today, it's grown 20 subscribers, which is awesome. uh, like seeing that. Well over 350 now. Which, it's just kind of crazy, the growth. Um, so I think I'm going to start doing for sure once a month. My goal is going to be 2 a month series. I'm gonna kind of take Scott over at that Heroes Hearth up on going down to his shop, and then some of the people that already was doing some play testing that's interested in doing some more. Got them on the Discord group and things like that, and gonna go do some local shop stuff. And then kind of shout out those local businesses, those local shops, and just kind of keep showing off Ohio. And we kind of catch a lot of flack here in Ohio, but we got a lot to be proud of. There's a lot of really great folks down here, phenomenal gamers. I mean, I think we got some really talented people, and yeah, I'm just really excited to build the community from here and out, and got a lot of really good reactions with the telling people that we got the Kickstarter coming up. Of course, they ask, okay, so what's that look like? Is there like a box set or what? And I was also kind of surprised at how well that was received, because like I was very very straight with people, like, hey, the game's very early stages. Yeah, it's playable, but there's a lot of play testing to go. I don't want to be one of these games that tries to roll it out and say, yeah, it's tested, but it's really not. People are going to break things. Funny enough, two people that I played with today, James being one of them, and there was a nice guy that was doing some downtime in between the 40K tournament going on, and was able to get a whole game in right in between rounds, which is cool. That the pace of play is that smooth. They picked it up right away, and they started doing some stuff that I haven't dealt with yet playtesting, which I like to see. Things that I've accounted for myself that I thought, this are things that the flow of the game or the way that you would do certain things, the reaction system with snaps and stuff, but not everybody does it. Not everybody intuitively catches that. They picked it up right away, and so that was really exciting to see. And yeah, game just needs to be put through the paces a whole lot. And develop and figure out. I think the biggest hurdle now, like I've said before, is the lethality. I was kind of caught on number of rounds. I'm still kind of caught up on does it need to be a little more lethal if we push it up a little higher and expand the number of models, 1, 2 per side? Does that slow the pace of play too much? Kind of like mental overload, because with the reaction system, there just becomes a lot that's going on. And as people really start leaning into more of like reactive attacks and reactive movements and things like that, and then eventually when tactics cards are introduced, I just don't want it to bog down. Feels good now, just feels a little grindy. And I think if I just tune the damage up just a little bit, I think we'll be in a really, really sweet spot. So yeah, just really pumped, super excited for the last day of the con, day 3. And you'll have another update tomorrow where I go over that. Like I said, maybe it might be a little quiet on here or over on Instagram. Maybe not showing off or doing too much for at least a week or two. A lot of things the wife has that she wants done. I've got a honeydew list that's growing. So spent a lot of time on the business lately. Need to spend some time on working on the house and doing things for the missus. So tomorrow is March, so there will be new models up on my mini factory. That's something I got to do tonight before I go to bed. And then I'll also be setting the files over to Jared, so they'll be up on Strange Plastic in no time. So yeah, expect to see new models coming on those platforms. And I'm going to start working on, developing the line, keeping things moving. So till tomorrow.